Welcome back to the Pit Stop Roundtable. I'm Sarah Valentine here with Setting. Today we are going to be talking about the power of retail management system skills. And Ted, we've got twice the crew assembled with us tonight.
We do, and it is a great topic, Sarah. So if I could, starting with Eric, if you'd introduce yourselves and tell us what you do here at Mike Calvert Toyota.
Sure, no problem. My name is Eric Majors. I'm a service manager here at Mike Calvert Toyota.
My name is Faith Preetry, and I'm the production manager here at Mike Calvert Toyota.
Matthew Winston, Fixed Operations Director here at Mike Calvert Toyota.
My name is Dorian Udo. I'm the account manager of Reynolds & Reynolds, and I work for the folks here at Mike Calvert Toyota.
Dorian, I want to start our conversation with you because Reynolds & Reynolds brings a lot of power to dealerships with their retail management system tools. So what are those and how are they utilized?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So traditionally, we've always talked about the DMS, right, the dealer management system. That really was just a set of tools that helped our dealers manage within the four walls. We're talking about accounting, payroll, HR, and so as we've transformed with retail automotive, our goal is to reach beyond those four wall flaws and help our dealers create a better experience for their customers. And so that's where we really got the retail management system, right? Not just using the DMS to work on the actual day-to-day operations of the dealership, but how can we use our tools to help our dealers better relate to their customers, provide better tools, provide a better experience. So that's through the main concept of the retail management system.
And these tools are really transforming operations in a lot of different ways. Could you give us just some brief examples how?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, when we talk about operational efficiency, right, and being able to deliver communications to customers that really help them better understand what the dealership is trying to tell them. Like, for example, here in service, right? How do I get a customer to understand certain things that are going with their vehicle? Well, simple. You took pictures to send videos to send out the temperature. So now it's not only see what's going on, hear what's going on, but also have the ability to be able to understand it better, right? So tools like that are helping our dealers transform the experience that the customers are having.
And Matt, you've seen a lot of success here at Mike Calvert Toyota. How has using this full suite of Reynolds tools transformed your dealership operations?
It's really transformed it a lot, all the way from guest experience to accountability for staff. I mean, we use a full array of Reynolds tools, from check-in to check-out, texting, communication, like you said, videos and photos, along the way. And then from a reporting aspect, when it goes to accounting or, just running an advisor's work in process, we've really got everything dialed into one tool. And, we came from other programs where we're fusing bunch of different tools into one to get one communication out. So it's really just helped streamline our service and be a better guest experience.
And Faith, how has this impacted what you're seeing in production?
It's definitely streamlined the process from customer check-in all the way to getting vehicles in the bays, getting worked on, having work approved, communicating with the customer directly. So it's really improved our production.
And Eric, I would imagine there's lots of other ways that this has transformed operations as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes for a great customer experience and makes it seamless from start to finish. And having everything under one roof versus having a few different programs that do similar things, but we'd have one area which we can reference. And so it makes it quicker and easier for the client as well.
Sarah, a lot of these tools from Reynolds have increased the transparency to the consumer. And a lot of these tools the consumers really like. I want to ask the three of the folks up here who work physically at the dealership every day. Can you give us an example of a challenge that's been solved by the, some of the tools in the Reynolds Management System? Any one of you, any challenge?
Yeah, I would say the biggest one is really just articulating, when a car comes into the shop, what vehicle's needs are, right? So we do it through a video multi-point inspection. So the technician is basically walking the customer through the repair process, right? What they're coming in for, what their primary concerns are, and any safety related items that may need to be addressed, to where that way, they're articulating in the video so they can demonstrate, what's actually needed and why, kind of educate them on that.
Anybody want to add to that, Faith?
Yeah, well, that creates a lot of transparency between us and the butcher. It allows customer to see firsthand what's going on with the vehicle, and it builds that trust for a repeat visit.
And Eric, you oversee a big part of organization as well here in service. How does this technology help improve not just the customer experience, but the employee experience as well.
Well, as far as the employee experience, there's certain accountability for communication that's expected on each transaction from the advisors and the technicians in the shop when they do their videos. And so having that clear transparency and talking about it and showing it so we're transparent with the client, it's been a great experience all the way around.
Yeah, Dorian, this has got to be exciting for Reynolds, okay? Because here we've got a Reynolds dealership that's utilizing the system. So often we hear about dealerships that use just a tiny portion of things offered, but it seems that Mike Calvert goes well beyond that.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And, the reality is that it all starts with people, right? And so from the top down, we got our conversation earlier with Mike Gold with the GM, but even the dealer, Sean Bond, he has a standard of excellence, right? And so that excellence is what drives the people within this organization, right? Because at the end of the day, tools are only as good as the people that are using the tools. And so with the folks here like Calvertini, exemplary users of the solution, that's where you start to see the results, right? So again, obviously, if you're a good user of the tool, you're going to really be able to see a lot of the benefits of what the tool can do for you as an organization. So I think it always starts with people, and then obviously from the Reynolds end, we try to provide as much support as possible. You have performance managers. We have quarterly consulting calls for Matt and the team to make sure that the tools that they are using are actively being, used properly, right? Some new enhancements are constantly being talked about. And so the goal is just to give them all the support that they need to be successful.
Said it's really exciting to hear this. And Adoris, you mentioned the piece about utilizing the tools, and that is so important in today's dealerships, maximizing the technology to be able to deliver that incredible customer and employee experience. Matt, what would you say to other dealers who may not be utilizing this fully leveraging our RMS tools?
I would say definitely get on board. I mean, transparency is the key, to customer satisfaction. Not only that, it's going to help increase your sales, right? A lot of these items speak for themselves. So, from start to finish, I would say, I had that transparency beast. Some Reynolds, is amazing.
Jason, Eric, any other points to have?
I was just going to say that, using the full suite of things, you can also utilize the hub for referencing old repair orders, or old videos, stuff like that. And that's a great tool for the staff as well as, the consumers. They can access their files online, and it's really an amazing tool to use.
Sarah, very refreshing to hear the things happening here on Mike Calvert and how much that Reynolds retail management system is playing a part.
It's exciting, Ted. There's a lot happening in our industry, and Reynolds is a big part of it.
Everybody, we're here today. We're at Mike Calvert Toyota. We are in Houston, Texas, with the leaders in the fixed ops department. Sarah and I are going to be right back.